Hey everyone, and welcome to another figurine review. Today I'm going to be looking at another set of Ichiban Kuji figures, and these ones are Evangelion themed. Now, as you may or may not know, I don't have a lot of Eva pilots in my collection. I have a lot of Evas, but I don't have a lot of pilots. Previously, the only pilot I ever had was the model kit Asuka that I built earlier on this channel, which was the Figureize Labo model kit, which was really cool, and was about a 1/8 scale statue, and was pretty well detailed. I enjoyed the whole build, and it's a really good figure. Before, I never really wanted the pilots that much, and not a lot of the pilot figures really stood out to me, and a lot of them were out of scale, or some of them in the sets didn't really match up that well, and I was just being really picky about it. But then I saw these two, and this is from the Evangelion Heroines Kuji, which came out earlier this year in Japan, and these figures are stupidly big. Ridiculously so, and I had to see someone else's video on it to find out how big they were, and as soon as I saw them, I pretty much said that those are the ones. That's what I've been waiting for this whole time. And I'm glad that it's Asuka and Rei, and I'm glad that it's Asuka and Rei in the original plug suits, because it's accurate to the rebuild movies at the start, and it's also very, very accurate to the original run of the show, which is the one that I care more about. If you want a brief summary of Evangelion, look elsewhere. I don't quite understand it. I watched it when I was 8 years old. I didn't understand it then, but I liked it, and I watched it again when I was much older, and I still don't understand it, but for different reasons. So anyway, these are the Quarter Impact Evangelion Heroines figures, and they are stupidly big. Now, here are the figures taken out of their boxes, and you can see they're just stupidly huge. Even the photo of the box, even the photo on the box doesn't do them justice. They are just giant. It's ridiculous. They aren't quarter scale, but they might as well be. The body proportions are big. Faces are huge. I wonder if that's why it's called Quarter Impact. I'm not too sure. Anyway, they are stupidly huge. They all come in one piece, and they lie mostly flat on the ground. My Rei is a little bit wobbly, but it's nothing that will topple her over, really, except for one bit in the B-roll, which I might keep in, we'll see. But yeah, they're just stupidly huge. This is my hand. This is ridiculous. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Doesn't really matter that much. They'll probably be right at the back of my Eva set, and because they're so large, they'll stand out. But let's look at the figures in detail, and we'll start with Asuka, who is the A prize as well as the last prize in this set. The last prize version has her arm and I think her expression in a different sort of style, but they're generally the same figure, and I like the A prize more. But you can see the plug suit is very nice and glossy, reflects the light really, really well. The paint applications are pretty good, but it is a prize figure, so you can see a little bit of paint bleed just under the chest there. The paint apps otherwise are pretty good. There's some small scuff marks and things like that. Now, I don't know if the scuff marks are partly due to it being a prize figure or because I bought these secondhand, but either way, it's a general thing. Nice little paint applications. This hair's actually clear at the tips, almost like those Corfles that I've been looking at lately. Even the bottom of the feet are nicely textured. This is actually not just painted on, it's actually engraved, so you can feel the detail on the plug suit, which is really cool. You can see nice detail on the chest, nice 02 there. The face looks pretty good. It's a little bit plain and untextured, but that's okay. Hair looks pretty good. It's a good representation of the character. You can see if I go under her hair, you can see the rest of her plug suit there. But yeah, this is also really hefty. You could really feel how dense this plastic is. It's pretty cool. And the same can be said for the Rei. Now, the Rei definitely has some wear and tear because it is secondhand. There's a mark on her chest there. I'm think I can get rid of it by scratching it off, but I don't really want to risk anything. So I might just paint over it because it's a clean white. It should be okay. Some dirt on her over here and on her legs here. You can see there's a bit of a mold issue there, I think. But it's okay. But white tends to stand out errors a lot more. That's just part and parcel with what it is. There's this really nice clear part in the chest, which I like. The zero plug suit, nice little metallic details. Underneath her hands are detailed. Legs look nice. Back of the plug suit looks really good. It's all nice detail. It's a little bit of paint bleed on the back of the neck there. The hair looks really good. It's very multiple toned. Like it's more than one tone. I don't think it's 2-tone. I think it might be 3-tone. But the hair is obviously clear for part of it, and it looks really nice and striking. There aren't a lot of Reis that have a really good hair like this, which is also part of the reason why I haven't gotten any up until now. But yeah, you can just see some really nice detail work on this figure, and again, really hefty, really well done. Her expression is nice. I think she definitely captures the look of Rei, and the Asuka definitely looks like Asuka as well. But yeah, I've always liked Rei's plug suit design quite a bit more. I don't mind the black one either, but this one's definitely more iconic. And if I'm having these two together, it looks much better with the white. And yeah, they make a good display if you put them just like so. And they don't take up nearly as much space in this way. But if you have them side by side the other way, they just take up an entire shelf all to their own. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed these figures. They look great. They're exactly what I thought they'd be. And as another thing of size comparison, I'll just quickly bring in, this is, let's see if I can get it in frame. Now, this is the Asuka Figurei's Labo model kit that I looked at a while ago, and that one, it's not really in scale, but it's roughly 1/8 scale, and you can see just how large this prize figure is compared to this scaled model kit. It's almost ridiculous, and like, she's just sitting down. Imagine if she was standing up. But you can see how much bigger her legs are, body, the head especially is gigantic. So it really gives you a sense of scale, how huge these things are. I'll quickly grab one more. It's a high-grade Gundam for Sky scale as well. Definitely much bigger than them. Which means that my Avas are going to be looking really weird next to them. So I might as well. Here's an Eternal Pose next to one of the Quarter Impact figures. Now this is from One Piece, it's just a little gacha toy, but I believe it's to scale with like the compass that it's meant to be from the show. This is just something funny that I thought would be cool to get. If you haven't watched or read One Piece, I'm slowly getting into it. Challenged myself to read everything. And I've made a whole video series on it, so be sure to check that out. And this one will probably be a mainstay in my videos and my collection from here on out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to say about these besides they're stupidly big and they look good. I'm glad to have some pilot figures in my collection finally, besides the Asuka that I built, but I don't think that that really counts because I built her. But anyway, these are nice to have. Don't know exactly where I'm going to put them, but I'm working on something. Hopefully by the end of the year everyone will see what it looks like. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you are interested in these figures, I highly recommend tracking them down. They are Ichiban Kuji figures, so you will probably need to either win them through Kujis in your local area, because there are quite a few stores cropping up now that do it online or do it physically. Basically, you go in store, buy a raffle ticket, peel off the ticket, and the ticket will have a letter, and that letter indicates the prize that you get. So for example, Rei is the B prize and Asuka is the A prize. Then there's lower things that are like keychains, pillows, things like that. But you always get a prize. or you can buy them like I did on resale, but you have to pay the market value, which may or may not increase by the time you want to get them and things like that, because they typically only do one run of these and they are lottery prizes, so they don't have a set value. It's whatever the market dictates. So do that at your own risk. Thankfully, I didn't get them too expensive, but I have seen them go up quite high, especially the Rei. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you all next time.